I want to get in on that. Can we talk about Flat Earth for a minute?
Sure. It's real. Go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there's an ice wall all around us. Okay?
Yeah.
Let me point something out, all right? When I stand on a boat, okay, and I look out, you're probably thinking, well, I can't see the Mount Everest because the world's round.
I took a ball and I put it on the ground, and it didn't roll left. It didn't roll right.
Yeah.
It just stayed there, flat. I once knew this guy who, like, would always tell these stories that had what seemed like a huge buildup.
And then nothing.
He'd be like, yeah, my sister, she always never really had the best taste in guys.
Yeah.
And there was this one guy for a long time. She didn't even want to tell the family about him. And, we were starting to get suspicious because she was, like, gone certain nights and, was getting dressed up for things. So we clearly knew that something was up. And then one day she's like, actually, I've been dating this guy and he's coming over tonight. And then when he came over, we just ate dinner together and it was a pretty good night. And there's that moment where I'm like, so it's the warm colors, orange, red, pink, yellow.
Okay.
That's
Thank
the
you.
cool colors.
Thank you.
Okay, it's blue, faded gray, purple.
So,
green,
Sean,
and
who's
purple.
winning, do you think? I would say it's the cool colors.
Does anybody else have a problem with this game being broken down into who's what color? You know what I mean? There's this really famous artist who his work became more famous after a brain tumor started to distort his mind and he couldn't see things normally. This is StarCraft through that guy's vision, basically. It's there's banelings. I don't know if they're about to hit the Marines. It turns out they're on a team together.
And whose hatchery is that?
That's
Is that Adrian?
Liberty's,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
Oh,
it's
no, that's
Idris.
Idris. Oh my God.
Whose Void Rays are those, though?
What's happening?
Yeah. Okay, so those are Hux.
Oh my God.
All right.
Don't worry, Greg, they're Halukes. They're
Some things
Hux.
never change, I guess.
Hawks.
Looks like Void Rays
Captain
are
on
pretty
captain
good here.
action.
There it
here.
is. There it is. He's like, that's a good joke. I'm going to type that.
Hey, you're disqualified for listening
So
to Gas.
how many times does Huck have to beat Hydra before we see some sort of tension between the two at this event?
It's already happened. Greg's
I think
holding
we're
it
here.
really well.
Has Huck won everything so far?
Basically.
Yeah, wow.
You can tell the rage with Greg by counting the veins in his bicep is how you have to do it. No, they're on a team.
I thought they were not on a team, so that's why I went, oh, like that, in case you guys are confused.
It was that or you were squeezing one out.
Wow. TLO was not able to use creativity with his units.
No, it's the first we've seen of
That's the
Dario.
first we've seen.
All the cool colors are done. Up a tree.
Up a tree here. I'm gonna hop off when this is all done.
I think we need to
have-
get him on the couch.
I think it's his
and
turn to be
nobody
on the
else.
couch. And have him say awkward things about Huck now. This is, you have to understand, I thrive in the
true
cringe,
revenge.
guys. I do. I swim in it. I live in it.
I know you do.
Okay.
I live in
Our
it.
I live in
cringe
the
is your
cringe.
homepage.
So what do we name this losing team? We should have really given them some kind of a name ahead of time.
They're all kind of short. Short end of the stick?
Okay, what about the other team?
Yeah.
Zelda on top?
Zelda on top. It's got to
Yeah.
be.
Zelda on top.
Up a tree.
Up a tree,
Up
Zelda.
a tree,
So
Zelda.
Picked last to MVP.
Yeah, you killed everybody by yourself, basically. What's it like to carry a team that picked you last and made fun of you?
My back hurts.
Where'd your name come from?
Okay, so this is a command in my chat because I get this a lot.
Yeah.
I was under a tree because I was an edgy teen and I liked philosophy and stuff. So
Literally, you're called under a tree.
yeah, I was under a tree. But then remember when you didn't have clan tags, so I had to cut some letters, and I didn't want to spell under wrong, so I decided to go with up. And when I started streaming, I started because I was doing charity marathons. So I started with Zelda. We did as many games as we could the first time. So I just appended that, and then
Oh, yeah.
so I took up glitchless speedruns for a while, and then when I couldn't stand Ocarina of Time anymore, I came back to the only game I could play for a long time without getting sick of it.
Starcraft, man.
Man, he just never gets old.
He's like Minesweeper. But then after that,
My name is
Where are those two expansions that are next to each other? We got to keep an eye on those two expansions.
it's Greg and TLO 2, which is also another classic funny matchup.
Yeah. Those two I've played many times over the years. Creativity against the lack thereof.
Creativity versus the person who hates anything that is creative.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the lack thereof. It's actually The war against creativity.
The antithesis of creativity.
It's more leverage than that. You're right.
He played right. Then we have 2 Zergs in the bottom right that have teamed up. And I don't know if anyone's aware of that, but they're way ahead. And then Red in the top left has a ton. So that's like basically all that's going on. Everyone else is not really a force
It's weird that it's Greg that would team up, too. That he's like the last guy I would...
Well, this point in time, he needs some wins, buddy.
Yeah? All right, fair
Yeah,
enough.
Greg has had a hard time. So, you know, when you're having a hard time, just cheat.
Oh, okay. That's
the moral of the story.
That's what we want to put out there. Yeah, take that, drone. Think about it. They actually naturally fight each other. Look at that. So they have to actually stop them.
He was a Terran player, let's not forget.
Look. All the confetti.
Oh, we're the
But here it
Libby
comes.
B's here.
Oh,
Get
not
wrecked.
today,
Get
says
wrecked.
Libby B.
Pissed off.
And they're
There was like
separating.
2 big barking dogs, like, "Ruh, ruh, 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 ruh," and they backed off from each other.
So
That
I
would've
mean,
hurt a
I
lot.
think you
You
can't.
guys notice that Jeff just lies all the time?
Oh my
How did
god,
you
look
figure
how
this out?
Oh, does he have like parasitic bombs in there? Why
Yeah,
did he die?
he does.
Oh, there are so many infested Terrans there.
I think the carrier's still...
Everything's
We'll
going
get
wrong.
you before we become glitter Protoss scum.
No, never mind.
Look at
Yay, happy 20th anniversary.
Meanwhile, a lot of Protoss are dead. So just don't forget that either.
They're not dead, they're glitter.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I glitched out for 15 seconds.
And then I walk forward and I don't fire my Scarab because the AI
Yeah,
is
no,
bad.
you chuck a Scarab at it, but miss by like 400 feet.
I
It
try
just
to
goes
fire a
around.
Scarab
My
at
god, Greg doesn't know what parasitic bomb does.
Oh my god.
That parasitic bomb dealt like 3,000 damage.
Oh no. This is
probably
what
figured
gamers
out.
teach you, is to be horrified of circles. If you see any circle, you're like, all right, I either back away
Don't
from that or
trust it.
only get inside of it. Like, it's one of those two.
That's true. Either the game ends because I'm outside of it or the game ends because I'm inside of it. I don't know.
So the Ravager makes a small orange circle. The Corruptor can make a large circular.
Well, it would be weird if there were like a bunch of circles that you could cast that didn't do anything, right? You just put.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
I don't know what's happening.
Whoa.
Whoa.
Circles.
Circles. Circles and health bars.
You know, it's kind of a funny thing is Greg doesn't know that you can burrow the infestors and they operate exactly the same.
Oh yeah, he keeps
so
on
many,
burrowing,
yeah.
isn't he?
Okay, so one line of free summoned units is fighting the other
Oh my
line of free
God,
summoned
yeah.
units. Oh my god, the Unholy
no!
Alliance! Oh my god!
Oh, it's better to cheat. That's the lesson I learned.
And Rhett
And then
is...
Rhett pushes them both back.
I know. Of course he would.
Yeah, Rhett's like-
Retribution.
It's like, I want to win. You know, like, you know, what was that? Like in the '90s, where like, you know, it was always an action hero, and he'd be getting beat up the whole time, and then he'd just sort of get mad and then beat up the big bad guy. That's what's happening here.
But wait,
This is
does Huck still have units somewhere? Is he still being a cheeky fellow?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yeah, look, center right.
There's a lot of infested Terrans.
It's pretty plain as day. 9.
That's good for branding.
And I don't know,
Nick,
like
I want you to-
bread right out of the oven, you know, fresh out of the oven.
I want to buy a place that has like a little door and a little apartment underneath my stairs, and I want you to fucking live in there
Yeah.
and just come out and say stuff every once in a while.
And what would be even better is if it was a really miniature version of me and I was like 1/3 the size of a normal person. But then my voice would be a little bit more high pitched. So then
This is like an altered carbon show where instead of like cloning effectively, they clone specifically defectively. Like, I want a stunted small Nick.
Every time
like
you
miniature
clone
ponies or
someone,
something?
they're half the size that they were before.
He's so cute and his memes are so dank.
I live forever, but boy, do I look weird.
Yeah.
Someone's got it.
Yeah. If I was a kids channel, I'd be called Memelodian.
That was on the spot.
Yeah.
Or was it?
Nick actually like
He's like
looks in
pulling out his
pocket.
It's someone else's joke, but it was really well executed.
Is
It's
that
written
someone
on his
else's
arm.
joke? Really?
Probably.
Uh-oh. Do you remember right when I remember the first person I saw do it was Fisheye, but do these like cannon rushes where it was behind the mineral patch and Nalra, and then I'm like, what? And then I'm like, oh my god, you can just get a free kill on the hatchery. This is kind of crazy.
Nick devoted his next 3 years of his life to mastering that craft.
I shaved my head and I went to a temple that was shaped like a cannon. And I basically sat there thinking about cannon rushes.
And then there were so many different kinds.
Tommy, you talking about
The 30 in a wall.
Blah, 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 blah.
It's the 30 in a wall.
I'll have to go back home and start casting with marbles in my mouth until I'm ready for a real show.
That's a dangerous way to do it, though, by the way.
Oh, I bet.
One slip of the throat, and you're swallowing some marbles. Which doesn't sound bad, but then you try to defecate them out. I'll tell you what.
You sound like you had a first-hand experience of this,
Are you
Jeff.
asking if I've crapped marbles before? Ask me.
Have you crafted marbles
No,
before?
I've not. Do I want to? Yeah, kind of do.
Have you ever lost your marbles, though?
Yeah, dude, who hasn't?
So
What a weird expression. Has it been Ret is short for Retribution this whole time?
I would like to say yes, but unfortunately no.
Damn it.
Oh, thank God. Oh.
What is Ret then? It's just Retcha, right? It's like
Well, it was actually just Ret. You know, when I was young, I just thought it looked cool. And then some Team Liquid writers made it Retribution, and I actually thought, wow, that's actually way cooler. That should have been me
you're
from
like,
the
yeah,
start.
that's totally what it is.
So now I'm just running with that, 20
Okay.
years later.
That's funny.
see what this is going to look like.
One more match today.
Yeah.
We have
That's
a
right.
whole nother day.
No,
jam-packed
actually,
tomorrow.
this is the last match in all of StarCraft. We're closing
Damn.
it down. We're closing shop after this.
It's been a good run.
This has been a beautiful experiment that we had.
At the end of this cast,
the greatest game ever made.
we're going to explode
And-
into confetti.
That's right.
Holy cow.
And when we do the final GG, we're all going to turn into confetti as well. Okay, poof, poof, poof. And
I'm going to let you guys take the lead on that one.
yeah.
Yeah, after you
It's
guys
'cause
all
he
do
doesn't
confetti,
know how to turn into
I'll,
confetti. He doesn't
even know how to do
He doesn't
it.
have confetti powers.
Oh,
Look
my
at
gosh.
him. Yeah.
Angered me because it was so nice that it's stupid. But one of our buddies, Nyokin, was going to move to that gamer house I was talking about earlier where someone slept in their own vomit. But he's terribly afraid of flying. So he's like, I'm not going to do it unless somebody will drive with me. Bryce gets in his Mustang in Arizona, drives from Arizona to Virginia, picks him up, and drives back to Arizona.
It's crazy. He's such a good guy.
I mean, shout outs to Machine.
Yeah.
He's a nice guy.
You know,
There's
though-
one more, real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, no, go ahead. Go ahead.
At a WCG match, Bryce, in some weird twist of being abused by the system, was told that he had to go to Connecticut, I believe it was, to play at a 3-person LAN to qualify for WCG. And then everyone else at that LAN dropped out except Idra, who was going to be given permission to play from Korea. So I shit you not, Bryce went to Connecticut to play against himself and Idra to qualify in the top 2. But he didn't know until he got there that he was only playing
Oh,
against
my
Idra.
God.
Wow.
So he's
That's crazy.
My God.
I actually did not know about that story.
a funny guy, that one.
Look at how many tabs we have. It's so crazy.
I don't want to take full responsibility for Nate, but we all raised him, you know what I mean? Like, at first he was like this headband-wearing, basement-dwelling nerd, and then he became a
Quite a great
basement-dwelling,
caster.
head-bang, like, same thing, but just kind of funny.
Yeah.
I remember when Nick and I's grandparents were alive. They've recently passed away, but
Yes. Rest in peace.
I almost laughed.
Yeah.
Jeez, you guys.
yeah, no, I.
Anyway, Sean, the story. Sean.
Yeah.
I
so,
remember
like-
when my grandparents were alive, and I'm
Well,
like, is this a joke?
So, but like, I remember, Twitch and streaming and broadcasting starting to become really big, and Mom was trying to show them videos of us.
Oh, yeah.
And I mean, like they were 96 and 98.
Holy
so they
cow.
They were they.
Good
were,
for them.
Yeah, they were very old. Hard of hearing, and I remember, I'm talking about Starcraft, so obviously it's like so abstract, and they like can't quite make out what I'm saying. And then I remember at some point in the video, I went, "Oh, holy shit!" And they went, "Oh, he shouldn't say that. Oh my god! I don't know if he's saying that on
YouTube.
If he's saying that on television, they might just turn him off the TV.
That's right. We're going to take her right off the TV box.
Oh gosh, it was.
So I did the New York event, right? USA Finals. If you guys wish, there's like somewhere it's got to be on the internet, but like me casting the first big event, which was in Singapore. And I'm like, okay, I'm skipping a bunch of classes in college. They've asked me to come here and cast this. And I get down there and I see the number of people that are going to be in the audience, and I'm like, okay, we're not going out to that, right? Like this is just going to be on the internet. They're like, no, this is going to be full, and everybody will hear your voice. And I'm like, oh my god, man.
God, that was
And
one
the-
story, but like 4 subtle brags.
And then
That's sick.
Wait,
how many people were in the audience?
Oh, it was packed. Like it was a huge amount of people, and I'm kind of nervous because I'm like, I don't really know
because it was
how
like
to do this.
20 to 50,000 or something.
Yeah,
and then huge.
And so
Taylor just
the game's
made
about to start. I'm like, all right, are you guys excited? And I go like, come on, and my voice breaks, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible.
Oh my god, that's
you got
funny.
a bomb, man. You got a bomb.
Oh my god.
Look at this.
Take it away, Nick.
This is the game.
Oh
I can't even.
God.
My brain. The computer can't take it.
Oh my
What
God.
is going on?
I don't know.
What is going on? Guys, I think the acid's kicking in. What happened?
We need more
I feel
of
like that
this.
was a really poorly made GIF. Wait a
It's
minute.
not possible.
If you have your carrier neural parasited, and then your teammate neural parasites the infestor, do you get the carrier back?
Oh my God! Stop! I don't know.
We got to get to the bottom of this.
That breaks my mind. But you stopped there. Why?
If you do that, then
Keep
you get a neural
it going.
parasite, and that's what makes Battle.net
And then
crash.
you do enough neural parasites back and forth on that side.
Just Mike Morheim
for the
rips out of the
infestors?
infestors. Just stop!
Leave
it alone.
We call it the shoelace technique because eventually it looks like a shoe.
I called it the human centipede personally, but go ahead.
Is that the one?
That's the one.
That's the line? Okay.
in control.
In control. Your gaspy laugh can't save you this time.
Guys, I did not see the line there. I sprinted right past it. I apologize. I'm sorry.
I was wrong. I'll be the first one to admit it. These carriers are good.
Oh, I
Got
think
the shields upgrade, guys.
Yeah, he's got 333.
333.
Surprise.
The mark of the beast.
Oh my God! He's like neural parasited every carrier, and therefore he can't even shoot down the rest. This is so. Okay, well,
No, it's totally fine.
for all the up and coming FFA players out there who
right.
want to know how the best of the best win against 7 other monsters.
All right, so you're going into an FFA. You don't know anyone. You don't have any allies. You don't have anyone you can trust.
Right.
Write out this message. Truce at the beginning. Copy. Hit enter. And then message another person. Paste. Hit enter. Message another person. Paste. Hit enter. Do it 7 times.
This is called Machiavellian FFA.
Do it 7 times. Try to convince everyone that you're the true ally. Like, in the end, and then, because in mid-game, what you need to start saying is, okay, at the end, it's just going to be you and me, and I'll take second. It's like, if you continue to ally with me, we can get through this mid-game, and I'll take second. And you tell that to everyone. And then...
Do you take second?
No. I mean, not if you can help it.
Okay.
If you're Protoss, you build a lot of carriers, and then one mothership. This is the composition. One mothership.
One mothership and carriers.
Yeah, and
I need to write this down.
Yeah,
We'll talk again later, but go ahead.
We can check the VOD later if we forget.
If you have to build an Oracle or 2, they're pretty good. And then, when the time's right, just backstab whoever you need to backstab. And then, note that, like, in these FFAs that we did, the Twitch Rivals, there was 5 FFAs. So it's like... there was a story, a narrative developing of like who's allying who's betraying who, whatever. And so you always have to backstab somebody, but that means you also helped the other people, right?
You're confirming another narrative with more people.
Exactly. Yeah. So don't worry about who you backstab, because now cross him off the list. But whoever you didn't backstab, just say, "I was there for you, man. I killed this guy when I could have killed you, because I'm really loyal to you." That's the guy you're going to backstab next game.
This is amazing how much you have to say about this subject, I have to say.
I just want to note that I understand you're expecting a child, and I want to say you're going to be a really great father.
He's got a lot of lessons to teach about this.
Don't worry about who you backstab.
No, congrats, by the way.
Thank you.
On the little one on the way.
And on the free-for-all victory.
Yes.
God, wow.
Just winning.
A baby and 19 carriers.
It's pretty crazy.